Hey AfterBuzzers, we are so excited. We've got famous YouTuber and musician Leroy Sanchez in the studio. We cannot wait to discuss all of his amazing talents. You won't want to miss it, so stick around.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I love this one. Leroy, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so excited to have you. And let's just talk about how you were you performed at the Teen Choice Awards last night.
I did. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh, how amazing. Before we get into it though, we need to find, everybody needs to find you on social media. Where can they find you?
Find me under I am Leroy Sanchez on pretty much every social media network, and YouTube you can just type Leroy Sanchez.
Amazing. And guys, you can find me on Twitter at Ally Nasta and on Instagram at AllyGirl. And don't forget to follow AfterBuzz TV on all social media platforms. And so now let's just dive right in. Okay, so tell me what was going through your mind last night when you were about to perform live?
Oh God, I mean, I stepped out on stage and I took a second because we were in commercial break for like a few seconds, and I just looked around to this huge arena. I was like, okay, breathe, let's do this. And just went for it.
Amazing. Well, you did phenomenal, might I add. And you guys can also probably go find that on YouTube, the live performance, which was amazing. And you said this was your first time performing on national television, correct?
Correct.
Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine what was going through your mind.
I mean, it was a lot. I mean, just to be the first time doing it at the Teen Choice Awards and also nominated for one of them, which is like a huge honor. It was a lot to take in, but just gotta do it.
Congratulations, you deserve it all. And I just kind of want to go into, you know, this. It's been about 10 years since you posted your first video.
That makes me feel so old.
No, you're young. It was just that you started at a very young age of posting these videos to YouTube. And I would like to mention that your first video ever was an HSM video.
Oh God, you really went back. Oh my goodness.
did.
I tend to say that my first one is Breakaway by Kelly Clarkson. Hoping that people don't find that one that you just said. Oh God.
So was that for a talent show?
It was for a Christmas variety show that we used to do every year in my high school. And we decided that we wanted to sing a High School Musical song, and we did it. It was so awkward, God.
No, it was great. It was great. I feel like when High School Musical came out, though, that song, everybody had to sing it, whether it be a small, short performance at your school. It was a must. It was definitely a must, and it was amazing that was your first video, and look where you are now. You know, and so that was the first video that you posted. But what was the first video that you posted that you thought, whoa, this is really working. This is really tracking with people?
It would have to be probably Halo by Beyonce. That's the first video that got 100,000 views for me. And that number was crazy for me. I mean, just to think that 100,000 people clicked on the video and watched it is a lot of people. So that was the time when I was like, wow, this is actually, it can track a lot of people. Of
course. And before you posted that video, did you ever expect it to be as big as you are today?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, when I first started YouTube, I did it for fun because I used to see other people doing it, and I thought it was like, oh, that's so cool. Like, I find myself looking at people singing in their room and be like, oh, I like how they sing. Oh, well, maybe not that much that one, but it was really entertaining. And one day, I thought, I was like, well, I want to know what other people think of my singing. And that's when I started doing it. And then slowly you started seeing people that started getting some sort of attention from YouTube. And I remember, what's her name? Esme Denters. She was like the first YouTuber that got contacted by Justin Timberlake. And she started working with him. And that was the first time that it clicked. That was like, wow, this actually can happen. It seems so unlikely, though. I mean, one person out of bajillion that put videos on YouTube, like, it's not going to happen to me, a kid from the Basque Country of Spain. Like, no way nobody's going to call me. But, yeah, it's crazy.
But it did. It happened.
It did.
And you were 15. It was about 7 years ago when Jim Johnson, if I'm saying that right, reached out to you. And so were you skeptical at all when you first got that email or call? Or was it an email or call? What was it? What was that like?
It first was comments on YouTube.
Okay.
It was comments of actual people saying, like, there's this guy that claims to be such and such, and he says that he wants to bring you to the States. And I was like, this is some crazy person saying some crazy stuff. But there was more and more people saying the same thing. So I think I had my email probably on my channel somewhere, and it was an email. They sent me an email first, and then we just went back and forth, and then we ended up doing a Skype session,
Awesome.
Skype call. And that's when we saw each other's faces, and I was like, well, seems real.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I can only imagine the skepticism because, I mean, if you're just posting one video, you're probably thinking, oh, it's not that big of a deal, when meanwhile it's a huge deal and you got so much viewership in such a quick amount of time, too.
Well, when I first started, the views weren't that big. Like, I mean, like you said, I've been on YouTube for 10 years. So the growth has been sort of exponential.
Right,
but,
of course.
When he contacted me, I mean, I had some views, but it wasn't that. I didn't have 1 million views yet.
Of course.
At all.
Of course.
So that was like, that's where the skepticism came in. It was like, this guy is just probably, I don't know.
Right.
There's no way. There's so many more talented people out there in the universe. Why is he gonna pick me? You know.
Because you're very talented,
Thank
of
you.
course, and you
Appreciate it.
deserve everything. And it's just crazy to me. So, what are all the instruments that you play and that you kind of incorporate into your music?
Well, my main instrument would be guitar. I'm self-taught, and I play a little bit of keys, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I wish I could play more. I've grabbed the cellos here and there, but I'm not good at all.
Yeah. And so, do any of your family members play instruments, or was it something you just randomly picked up one day?
Well, my mom used to play guitar when she was in high school, pretty much. She used to play at church, and that's it. Growing up, she never really played it for us because she stopped. But we had a guitar in the house, and I was very interested because when I was little, I always felt a connection with music, and we also had that instrument in there. And I remember just going to the instrument and just touching it and being mesmerized by the fact that the strings were making a sound, and all together it would sound like something.
Yeah.
And I would just find myself there, and then I asked my mom, can I grab it and start playing it? And she was like, yeah, go ahead. So she had a little book, like really, really old book with some chords, and I just started trying like figuring it out.
So how did you teach yourself how to read music? Was it just kind of something?
Well, that's the thing.
Okay.
I don't read music.
Oh, really? So you just taught yourself.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
It kind of, it's like that little chip of like, yes, I know how to do it on my own and I know where to go, but then it's one of those things that I should have probably spent more time trying to read.
So can you still not read music, or is it something that you've kind of taught yourself
I
gradually?
know some basics, but
Yeah.
when it comes to like really complicated charts, I lose it.
Oh my gosh, that is so amazing. I'm so impressed. And also, kind of, what's your production process like now? You know, opposed to when you first started 10 years ago. What is it like now? Your YouTube videos, does it take so much more time to put into all of these things you're posting?
I mean, it's a different process now. I used to do everything, really raw, because I wasn't spending much time on it because there wasn't many people watching. It was pretty much the camera and me, and then I started like upgrading my cameras a little bit, and then I would start upgrading my mics, and then all of a sudden all these people were doing like more produced versions with like studio versions of the song, and then the video and the videographer and this and that. So now I'm at that point where I kind of have to step up the game and kind of meet the what the people want, or what they're used to now. So.
Of course. And jumping to now, your career now, you're about to go on your second tour.
I know.
International tour.
I know.
Are you so excited?
I am so excited to go back on the road and just visit all these cities and visit new ones too this time. So.
And how does it feel? You know, this is your second time around, so obviously you feel probably a little bit more ready than your first time around. What's that feel like to be your first versus your second?
Well, the first one was very nerve-wracking because I never toured before that. I tour as an opener, but not as a main, exactly, as a headliner. So for the first tour, it was very nerve-wracking because I didn't know if I was gonna sell tickets. I was just kind of telling everybody like, hey, I have a tour. I hope you guys come. I don't know if this is going to happen. But I was like, we're probably not going to sell that much. And we ended up selling out half of the shows, and which was great. And that's the difference, the main difference, because the second time around, at least we know where we sell tickets as well, and where everybody is, versus like, oh, maybe we went to this city and
Right.
2 people showed up. Thank you for those 2 people for showing up, but yeah.
And do you have constant kind of interaction with your fans? Are you you're very open on Twitter and all that kind of great stuff? And
I mean, you have to these days.
course.
I mean, as an artist, you have to be in touch with fans through social media, because if you don't, then you're losing them.
Of course.
Because if you don't do it, like, you just lose interaction. And I try to be pretty on top of it, and like sometimes I mean, it gets hard, obviously, because when there's a lot of stuff going on, it's just kind of, oh, where's my phone? I need to post, and then the whole day goes by and you didn't post anything, and you feel like, oh, your followers are gonna hate you. And
oh my gosh. Well, going back to the whole touring aspect, what is the preparation process like? You know, it's separate. It's a different world than making your videos for YouTube. So how long have you been rehearsing? What's that kind of been like?
I mean, it sort of depends on, obviously, the shows. For this tour, I mean, we've been rehearsing for the past month, and just kind of getting the show together, and just prepping it. And this time around, we're stepping it up a little more. So I'm going out with a full band, and it's really, really exciting, because now rehearsing, we have more things to play with. So you can tell that the show is getting bigger, and it sounds better, and it's really, really exciting. But at the same time, it takes more time to prep with more people. So
yeah, and so is there a choreography incorporated into all of the songs and things that you're doing, or is it more so just band? And
no, it's more band.
More band.
I don't choreography. No,
you don't have some backup dancers or anything.
No, I'm probably the worst attempt of a dancer you can find.
I'm sure you're not that bad.
I am terrible.
I'll take a little Snapchat after. We can see how bad he is. He really is. I doubt you're that bad. Well, you know, your new album that just got released this month. What is like one of your favorite songs on it, and are you going to be able to perform that album on this tour?
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole aim for this tour.
Right.
I mean, we're playing my new EP, Elevated, and I'm super, super excited. Some of the songs, I already played them on the last tour, kind of giving them a teaser of what was about to come.
Of course.
And it's not just promoting the EP, it's pretty much promoting the whole vibe of the EP, not just those 6 songs. Sorry, not 5. There's 6. But yeah, just promoting the whole Elevated aura.
Yes. And do you have a favorite song that you're going to be performing, or like, is there a certain one that you love every time you just kind of really resonate with?
I mean, this EP is like, it's so meaningful for me that it's really, really hard to pick one song. Because, I mean, it's been 7 years since I've been working on my music.
Yeah.
And I've had plenty of time to choose those 7 songs that I want. It's like 1 a year. 6 songs. What am I saying? Jesus Christ. I have 6 songs, not 5, not 7.
Okay.
But I've had a lot of time to pick the songs that I really wanted. And every single one of them have a really, really strong meaning for me, or they have some sort of back into it that really means a lot for me.
I can imagine. And I mean, all that preparation, I'm sure you're so excited to finally show the world, not just releasing your EP, but be able to kind of feel that emotion with the crowd. I feel like that's probably such a different experience.
Yeah, that's what I'm really, really excited about, just to be, because on my previous tour, like I said, I played some of these songs, but they weren't out yet. So people didn't know them.
Of course.
So now that they're out, I'm really, really looking forward playing these songs and hearing people singing to them.
That's got to be such a cool...
I hope so.
Yeah. You guys start listening to the soundtrack now if you're going to on tour, if you're going to go watch them on tour. So are there any exciting guests or anything? Because you do some collaborations. Are there any little spoilers that you can tell us? Or
I mean, there's not a whole lot. I mean, I don't want to give anything away.
You can't give it. Don't.
Usually for the LA show, because most of the people that I collab with are based in LA.
Right.
So if I would be collabing with someone on this tour, most likely will happen at the LA show, which I'm playing in El Rey August 8th.
August 8th. Write it down, people.
Wait,
August 8th. September 8th?
Oh.
Because it's August.
September.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. What did I say? August?
No, I had to think back too. No, I mean, it's totally...
September.
This summer's gone by so fast. It's so easy to just mix it up.
Straight, guys.
No, that's totally okay.
You
but
that one good. September 8th, El Rey. Get your tickets.
Yes. And you can also get your tickets on LeroySanchez.com if you want to do it right now while you're listening. I mean, might as well. And, you know, for your genre of music, how would you explain that to your fans? And what, I mean, it's obviously captured in a specific genre, but do you feel like it kind of emulates other genres, not just one?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it would be really hard to narrow it to just one. I mean, if you had to, it would probably be pop.
Yeah.
But I do like to say that it's pop, soulful pop.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's a lot of soulful melodies, and the guitars are mostly pop, I would say. But yeah, pop, acoustic, soulful.
I like that.
That would be the...
Yeah. I feel that makes sense because all your videos, that kind of is the vibe that I get too. Because when I've listened to your music, it's exciting and relaxing and fun all at the same time. So you are emulating all of those perfectly. And so is it gonna be a mixture of, do you do any covers on your tour, or is it just all over? Okay.
I mean, it would be really hard to fill up a show with just with 6 songs.
Of course.
I mean, I do have more original songs, but yeah, I'm definitely mixing the original world with the covers. Amazing.
And for your covers too, and the ones that you've collaborated with people, how does that go down? Do they just reach out to you? What has happened in the past to be able to work with them?
Depends. Sometimes I'll randomly meet with someone and we'll link up somewhere and randomly like, oh my God, I've seen your videos. I'm a huge fan. Oh, me too. Let's collab. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Other times, maybe I'll reach out through Twitter. They reach out to me.
Of course.
And yeah.
So much fun.
Twitter is like, I know that the young kids these days don't use Twitter, but
no, it's a great tool for a lot of things.
Yes, it's been my most powerful tool for networking.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I can agree with you too. I mean, it's a great way to just go back and forth with people. If you've got a collaboration, I mean, hey, it's right there, and you just can DM them, set it up, get the email. It's all good. That is all so exciting. I am so happy for you.
Thank you so
and you are doing such an amazing job. Again, I want to say congrats again on the Teen Choice Awards, not only the performance, but being nominated.
Thank you.
I mean, you really deserve it, and all of your work that you put out is just so phenomenal. I'm sure all the fans can definitely attest to that.
Thank you.
But thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
AfterBuzz loves having you. Anytime, you're more than welcome. Guys, don't forget to buy your tickets at LeroySanchez.com. And make sure to find his debut album, Elevated, on Spotify and iTunes, and of course YouTube. You know, follow the Leroy Sanchez on YouTube. Alrighty, and before you wrap it up, Leroy, where can they find you on social media again?
You can find me at IAM Leroy Sanchez. That's for Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and that's pretty much it. And then if you guys want to find my videos on YouTube, you just type Leroy Sanchez and you'll find them.
Awesome. Guys, thanks again for joining us. I'm Ally Nasta. You can find me on Twitter at Ally Nasta and on Instagram at AllyGirl. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.